YouTube, my name is Mike. I go by DJAXCESS. Welcome back to the channel. We aim to build a better DJ community together. Today, I'm obviously at the park because Phenyx Pro sent me the PTU-52 dual wireless microphone system. I already own a couple products by Phenyx Pro and I like them. One of them I'll probably be selling or returning, and the other one I'm buying a second one. So I'll probably talk about those in other videos, but today we're focusing on the PTU-52 wireless microphone system. So if you find something helpful or interesting, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with any questions you have down below. And if you would like to buy this or any of the other products you see today, there is an Amazon affiliate link in the description. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing I want to do is set up my little park mini station so we can give this thing a full test. So let me show you how that goes. We'll give you a nice little time lapse here. Okay, so this is my little park setup here. Got a little X stand from Odyssey USA. We have a Odyssey case, the Alpha Theta Omnis Duo, which this would have been set up in like a minute and a half. I would have been able to find the day mode on it. I'm gonna make a video about that probably later this week, and some of the other Alpha Theta products. I'm just gonna crumple them together. But spoiler alert, I'm just not a fan for the price point. I think if it was lower price, I'd deal with it. So over here, I have the eVerse 8, and this is my ceremony setup. And then on top of it is the Sennheiser EWDX, which is what I'll be comparing this to, but it's really not a fair test. This is like a $2,500 system, and then this is, I think, $100. Let me double check, actually. Yeah, insane. So I'm comparing a $2,500 system to a $100 system. And you're like, Mike, why would you do that? Because when I was looking to purchase this, I couldn't find anything that was a 1U rack, which is like the height. When in a rack mount, 1U is the height, and then a half rack. So typically dual mic systems will be full rack. There'll be a mic system like here and a mic system here, and it's nice and wide. So this is a half rack 1U. And what's nice about that is you can see it sits right on top of the eVerse 8. So when I have a ceremony, I put this up. I have two microphones, one wireless lapel and one wireless handheld, and I do the whole ceremony system. I don't need a table. I don't need a mixer. The eVerse 8 has like an iPad mixing app, and it's great. So why did I bring this out with respect to the Phenyx Pro PTU-52? Well, if I can get this to plug into the eVerse 8, I might be able to save some of you DJs over $2,400, because that's when, I mean, with tariffs and everything, this might have gone up. So stay tuned. Before we get to that, let's unbox this thing. So the box actually works as a case. You can see it's got a handle. So if you want to keep this in this case, you don't have to necessarily buy a new case. I love that. Throw this here. We have your manual. So we got your manual. Shouldn't need that, but maybe. We have two pop filters, which may come in handy. I did some pre-research, and I know at $100, plosives, your P's, please pause for proper applause. Sometimes those don't come through very well on budget microphones, but they thought of that, so they gave you these protectors basically for the microphone to kind of eliminate those. So good on Phenyx Pro for sending those, knowing that that might be an issue. We get two sets of batteries. This is a dual mic system, so two sets of batteries is very nice. We have a full rack mount kit. I talked about that earlier. This is a 1U half rack. So if you wanted to rack mount it, you can do that here. We're not going to do that today. And here is the receiver. So it looks like we got two volume knobs, power, and then on the back, we have a dual mix out quarter-inch, and then individual XLRs if you want to split these up. And then we have power, and it is 12 to 15 volt, 350 milliamps. So I have a really good feeling that I'm gonna be able to save some of you guys some money, but no promises yet. You gotta stay and watch the video. So yeah, it's well built. You know, it's not as well built as, say, the Sennheiser, but again, we're talking about a major difference. But it feels solid. For $100, I'm very happy with this. And yeah, let's get it plugged in. We got two, doesn't look like they are half-wave antennas. They look like your generic antennas, which is fine at this price point. That's what I would expect. And I may have messed up and forgotten to bring power. I knew everything else. You know, the Omnis Duo is battery powered, eVerse 8 is battery powered, but this isn't battery powered. So now I really need the eVerse 8 to power this guy, so we'll see. And I might have a power, some kind of little mini generator in my car that might be able to save us as well. So let's get these plugged in here. Okay, so I had to actually kind of push in there a little bit. Yep, okay, this one went on a lot easier. Boom, snap. Got our antennas on there, almost ready to go. Of course, like I said, it's a dual mic system, so we have two transmitters. I don't know what material that is, but it feels good in the hands. Medium weight, not too light, not too heavy. Single power button, I'm assuming that's gonna be like a hold for power on, and then a tap for mute, because I don't see any other buttons, and I do like that. The simpler, the better. And looks like here's where we would put the batteries. I think I unscrewed the wrong thing. So it looks like this comes off like that, but that's not how you put the batteries in. So not the easiest way to screw back in. You really gotta be a little patient with it. There it goes. Okay, so we got that. And then if we unscrew the half, I'm sure that's how we do the batteries. We got a volume control knob inside here, which I like, and then like a little set button. So I'll show you that. And then here's how the batteries go. Cool. Let's get the batteries in here and get this test going. Oh, yeah, okay, just like I said, it's a hold to turn on and then a tap to mute. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but there's a little screen there. This is showing you kind of a scrambled thing, but I can see the mute button. So let's see if we can get this plugged in. What I'm gonna do is take the Sennheiser off and replace it with this. For those of you who are curious, here's the Sennheiser. Very, very well built. Tons of controls on this thing. It's been really, really great for me for my ceremonies. But again, this is, 25 times the price, so you'd hope it'd be good, right? So trying to save you guys some money. Here we go. Okay, so if you guys have not seen the Everse 8 before, you can just strap your receiver on here. Okay, so here's the Everse 8 back with the Phenyx Pro on top of it. So I got the XLRs plugged in, and now you run a cable from here. There's the power on the Everse 8, and I run it up into here. And if this turns on, it'll be huge. So let's see what we got. The moment of truth. Drum roll, please. Look at that, guys. Look at that. So it's getting powered by the Everse 8. I have no generator, no nothing. We got our antennas here. We're gonna bring the volume up to 12 o'clock. I highly doubt we'll have to scan for frequencies. I'm pretty sure it can do that. Let me make sure that it can, because I've gotten messed with that. Okay, so I just looked at the manual, and it does not scan. At this price point, that's okay. $100, guys, $100. Doesn't scan, so you're gonna have to kind of know what frequencies, test this out a bunch, and then if a frequency's not working for you, you're gonna have to manually set the receiver and then sync it with the transmitter. Let's see, I think it's a wireless sync. Let me double check. So I just made sure. You can change the channel on the receiver and then open up the battery compartment on the transmitter and hold set, and it will connect automatically with the receiver. I want to get this tested first, and then we'll try that if I have time. Testing check, 1, 2. Testing check. Testing check. Testing check. Testing check. Testing check. Testing check. Great. So we have connectivity, sounding good. Paul, please pause for proper applause. And that's what I'm talking about with those plosives. Anytime you have a P, you hear it's a little poppy, pop, pop, and then she sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. So S's sound fine. Paul, please pause for proper applause. Lots of plosives. Let's see if the tops of the microphone fix that. So we got these foam. Oh, yep, definitely some feedback. I should have known being this close to the mic. Actually, the fact that it's not feeding back is really impressive. So, this close to the speaker and no feedback is crazy. All right, so we're gonna put the pop cover, that's what it's called. Yes, pop cover on here. That's what it looks like with the pop cover on. And then Paul, please pause for proper applause. So still a little bit of plosives, but not nearly as bad as before. Paul, please pause for proper applause. Paul, please pause for proper applause. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. And if Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? So there are still some plosives there, but not nearly as bad. So let's try that again. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. And if Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? So that's the difference with the pop cover on and off. So now we're gonna test the range. So I'm just gonna flip the speaker around here, and I'm just gonna keep walking until we get some breaking up, and then we'll go all the way until we don't hear anything. I'm wondering if I should turn this up a bit. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. All right, I'm gonna turn it up a bit, and we'll see how far we can go. Testing check, 1, 2. 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 Microphone test check, 1, 2. Microphone test check, 1, 2. Microphone test check, 1, 2. Microphone test. Getting pretty far away now. Microphone test. Oh, I think that was our first dropout right about here. I can definitely see the speaker, but yeah, I'm pretty far away, so you guys should be able to see the speaker as well. That's where our first dropout was, but now its connectivity is back locked in, so we're gonna keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. And at this point, I feel comfortable that there's very few instances where I'm gonna be this far away from a speaker. And the connectivity's been fine. Testing check 1 2, testing check 1 2, testing check 1 2, testing check. Oh, there's our second dropout. Testing check 1 2, testing check 1 2, testing check 1 2, testing check 1 2. There's our third. Testing check 1 2. There's our, okay, now it's really struggling. But look how far we are, guys. Hold on, let me see. You can barely even see the speaker. All right, so let's see. And I'm still getting some connectivity, but that's where it was really struggling. So look how far we are. You'll see kind of when the speaker comes back into focus. Again, $100 dual wireless microphone setup. No scanning means I probably won't be able to use it, which means maybe I'll sell it or I'll give it as a giveaway on the channel. So if you really want this thing and you've been a long channel member, let me know in the comments. Drop a comment, say, hey, I'd love to have this. And maybe we'll pick one of the commenters who likes the video. And we'll do it. Okay, so see, that was a long walk. And now we're back. So $100, 2 microphones, no scanning, but wireless connectivity. So we're back. I just want to do one more test to make sure that the second mic worked. It does. It's already connected and everything. So let's mute this and actually just talk to you guys. Oh, check, check. That is something I've noticed now, I think 3 times, is that when I press the mute button, sometimes it always doesn't mute. When I press it, I feel it go in. However, it doesn't always mute. So that is something I thought it happened the first 2 times. You guys probably saw it in the video, but I know I heard it click and it didn't do it. So check, 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 check. Doesn't seem like it's happening often, but I've noticed it 3 times where the mute button doesn't always trigger. So put this down now. Okay, so who is this for? We'll break it into 3 tiers: higher, mid, and lower. If you are in the lower or mid-lower bracket for your market, I think these are fantastic products. Again, if you're just getting started and you need a dual mic system, your first ever wireless mic system, this is good. But maybe not though, because I think scanning is really huge, especially for a new DJ. You're not gonna really understand how frequencies and radio really works. So maybe that's where scanning like actually really helps you. But if you just want something that you can just turn on, and if you're not in a very crowded space, you're not in a big city, or you're not doing this like ultra professionally, this would be a great system. Again, $100 compared to what I was running, which is a $2,500 system. Now I'm at the top of my market. There's very few DJs in Columbus, Ohio that charge more than me. And just to break down what that looks like in Columbus, Ohio, what I would call a mid-size city in America, I think 14th largest population, but not by population density. We can get into that later. But I'd say top of the market is if you're charging over $3,000 for a wedding. From $1,500 to $3,000, that was what I'd call mid-market for a wedding. And then under $1,500 is what I would call low. So if you're in that under $1,500, your clients might be expecting some dropout, some of this, some of that. Again, if you find a great frequency, I don't think you'll experience dropouts unless you're going really, really far away. But let's say you're next to a radio station or a TV station, or there's a venue where there's multiple DJs and everyone's trying to have wireless. That's where this might suffer, and you actually have to go in and change the frequency. And without having scanning, that's a little bit annoying and can be difficult for beginners. So I think it's aimed at beginners, but not having scanning almost makes it not for beginners as well. I'm hoping I'm making sense with how I'm saying that. But again, $100. I cannot stress this enough. $100. This is fantastic. Again, if this is your first dual mic setup, this is great. Learn how to change channels, learn what frequencies are good in your area, what frequencies are not good in your area. Maybe have 3 frequencies that you can jump between very quickly. Practice before you go out. And okay, I'm gonna change the frequency and then I'm gonna connect the mic. Okay, I'm gonna change this other frequency and connect the mic. Get that practice in because you can't scan. But once you've done that, incredible mic system. You saw the range, you heard how it sounds. Plosives were almost eliminated once you put the pop covers on. You have volume controls on the front. One thing that's a little unclear to me is that, because I didn't read the manual, is how you change the frequency on this. I'm gonna look that up right now. I think I saw it earlier. So I just spent some time actually learning how to do all this stuff. And remember when I was fumbling over my words and I was like, okay, I think this is aimed for a beginner price point, but it might not be good for beginners because it's easier for beginners to just scan and sync. Well, I was right. I was looking at the instructions, and if you hold the set button on the transmitter, that changes you from channel A, B, C, D, E, F. So I'm thinking, okay, I can go to channel G and then sync back here. That is not the case with this unit. So one transmitter has to be on channel A, and you can go through a few bands in channel A, so A1, A2, A3, A4, and then as soon as you change it, it's automatically going to change it on here. So right now, if I open up the microphone and I turn it on, so I'm at 520.4 here, I'm at 520.4 here in A, right? In A. So if I go and I change to A4, now I'm 520.9, it automatically switched. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. It automatically switches as long as I'm in A. If I were to go to C, it would not automatically do it. If I were to go to D, E, F, G, or H, it's not gonna automatically sync. But on the other microphone, you'll wanna keep it on channel B. So I'm gonna turn it on, let's go volume down, open it up, hit set. All right, you see I'm on B2, right? Or you can see I'm on B2. No, it's all scrambled on the screen. But I'm on B2, so I'm gonna go to B4. So on this side, it says 532.5, boom, it just switched. And now I have connectivity. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. So it's actually really easy. So you're gonna have one mic that's always gonna stay on channel A, one mic that's always gonna stay on channel B. So if a beginner accidentally gets to channel C and they're like, why isn't it connecting? All I did is I switched the frequency and it always worked. That's where I think it can get a little bit confusing. So like I was saying, spend some time learning how to change the frequencies, how to connect. It's very, very easy, almost too simple. Like I was trying to figure it out too much. It was very simple. Just keep one mic on channel A. You have maybe 9 sections of channel A you can go through, and then keep the other mic on channel B, and you have 9 sections on B. You go, and when you change it, it'll automatically connect. So again, beginner friendly. Do I wish it was scan and sync? Yes, but at $100 price point, that would be really asking too much. If they made a pro version, and I'm sure they do, that had scanning, this would be a perfect beginner system. So, do I recommend this? Yes, I do. If it's your first dual microphone system, I do. If you're not in a crowded area, if you're in a smaller, medium-sized city, smaller than Columbus, or you're out in the country somewhere, this is probably gonna be perfect for you. If you're in New York, Miami, Chicago, Boston, any big metropolitan area, this is probably not gonna be what you want. You want something that scans and syncs and maybe has a few more channels. But, I mean, for $100, you can't beat it. If you're looking for a backup system, wow, this would be an incredible backup system. I don't know if I'm gonna hang on to this. I'll decide. Again, if you guys convince me in the comments that you really want this and you want me to send it to you, and you've been a long-time subscriber of the channel, let me know. But Phenyx Pro, thank you so much again for sending this. Obviously, all of my responses are honest. The best part about this unit, I feel like I haven't stressed this enough in the video, is that it's 1U and a half rack. So you see it fits on top of the speaker. So let's say you have the eVerse 8, and you have that little cord that goes from the back of the eVerse 8 power into this, and you don't have $2,500 to be spending on a ceremony system. I didn't have that till I was deep, deep, deep into my DJ career. I truly think that this is the best application for this unit. Put it on top of an eVerse 8, get the power from the back of the eVerse 8 into the thing, get a lapel pack, and get a wireless handheld, and you have a great ceremony system for $2,400 less than what I paid. Understand how to do the frequency changes, understand how to connect them, and yes, I do think this is great. And if you found something helpful or interesting, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment with any questions you have or what you would want to see me review next. And of course, if you want this or any other products that I had out here, there is an Amazon link in the description below, and that's a free way for you to support the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Peace and practice.